So we're here with Chair of the Songwriting Department, Bonnie Hayes. We've brought her back. And Bonnie, I wanted to discuss the Grammys because the Grammys does break music down into genre. When I was a kid, I saw amazing things like, I think it was Arturo Sandoval or somebody like that playing the Flight of the Bumblebee on the trumpet. And I thought that was amazing. And I saw it
Right.
on the Grammy show. I don't know that we see things like that these days. Some of it has to do with the organization used to be called the National Association of the Recording Arts and Sciences, and it kind of honored the recording process. Now it's the Recording Academy. The idea of honoring the arts and sciences is kind of becoming an older idea, and it's becoming more about the as you we were talking about this earlier, the Vegas show. The Grammys mean a lot to a lot of people, and it's difficult to do. How do you honor classical music, rock music, hip hop music all in one 3 hour show? It seems like a daunting task. And I know that you've been a board member of NARIS.
Yeah, I was
Um,
in governors in both LA and San Francisco.
can the Grammys be made better? I know everybody critiques the Grammys, but can it be made better? And give me some of your feedback on that Grammy situation.
The Recording Academy has a problem, which is that they have a show that has to have viewers. Otherwise, so a lot of what's going on there is confusing the giving of the awards with the show, right? So like
Hmm.
how are they deciding on the awards is one part of it, and then the show is another part of it, but we kind of conflate the two, right? So the Grammy show, I know that they've struggled with this. I mean, I actually think they could have Arturo Sandoval playing Flight of the Bumblebee, and I think people would freaking love it.
I
I
know,
think
right?
maybe they're slightly underestimating the ability of people to relate to high levels of musicianship and attainment in the industry,
Hmm.
right? So maybe what I would say is maybe they would try be more experimental in terms of just putting excellence on that show. And I think they could honor the different categories instead of having so much of it be focused on the Hot 100 type of things, having it be a little bit more across. That said, though, I know that viewers are so fickle. The Grammys have been losing viewership, and so I feel like when you're having that, it's kind of like the traditionalist question, you kind of default into like, what do we know is going to work? And so I feel like
Right.
that's a reasonable thing to do in that situation. I understand the dilemma. As far as giving of the awards, how the awards are decided, I think it's important to remember that the Grammys is a group of people. Okay, they're people in the industry who have been successful in the industry, and that is a form of curation, right? So
Hmm.
when we give those awards, yeah, I mean it's great to have a bunch of people in the industry go, Bonnie Hayes, you're a great songwriter, right? Like that's a great thing to have happen for anybody. And I think those things should happen. I think having a Grammy was one of the biggest things that ever happened to me. My brother has a
Hmm.
Grammy. It was one of the biggest things that ever happened to him. It changes the way that you're seen by other people in the industry and outside of the industry. No question. Really important. At the same time, there's lots of people who don't have Grammys who I admire, and
Right,
who other
right,
people who are, huge, important,
right.
critical artists, right? So I don't think you have to have one. I feel like maybe they're not as important as we want them to be in the larger play of things.
Well, I'll play devil's advocate here. If we didn't have something that honored us, we'd probably all be mad that no one honors us.
Oh yeah, and we have a ton of tunes. So I mean, the music is a little bit narrower, but what's the People's Choice Awards? There's awards for
uh,
different genres. I really
I would love to get a People's Choice Award. I
Me
swear to God.
too. Me too. Like, I'm a little bit more about the People's Choice Awards, but just because, I mean, but I think any award is great. Sorry,
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
love them.
yeah,
I also, though,
yeah.
feel there's always somebody left out, and then those people get a resent, they get bummed out, and it's kind of
Yeah.
like, it's kind of like not everybody can get the trophy, but also the trophy isn't for being the best. It's just for this group of people thinking you were good this year, you know?
And the reason that I wanted to focus on in the course on the Grammys and their kind of delineation of genre is because the Grammys mean so much in our industry. When you get one, it kind of, like you said, it gives you another viewpoint from within the industry. And they get a lot wrong, you know? But at the same time, I actually sat and thought about it. If I had to create my own organization and I was going to look at all music and all recordings, and I was going to honor engineers and producers and conductors and songwriters and songs and albums, I think it would be messy no matter how you do it.
Yeah.
So what we have is the result of the attempt to
Yeah.
try to honor those of us that are willing to put our craft before hundreds of thousands and millions of people. And I'm not really sure that it can get any more elegant than it is at the moment.
Also, I mean,
Um,
it's a sloppy, wild business. Do you know what I mean? It is
yeah, the
not
business itself is wild,
it's
right?
not an elegant business. It doesn't stay inside the rails, you know. It's like what did
Right.
Hunter Thompson say? It's a shallow trench, you know. The music
Yeah.
business, I forget what he said, but it's something about dogs run free, you know. It's very wild. And so the Grammys kind of do reflect that. It reflects the industry, you know. The industry is
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
is
that's
wild.
true. It does reflect the industry. So for those people who, tune out of the Grammys, the other side of it is, and once again, I'll play devil's advocate. The less we listen to the music that's evolving in front of us, the celebrations that are happening in front of us, is the more it's left in the hands of those who will celebrate and who
Right.
will evolve in front of
That's
us.
really true.
So if that's going to be a bunch of 18-year-old kids, then the Grammys will look like a bunch of 18-year-old kids if we don't participate. So
Yeah.
that's the flip side of it for those that say, "Oh, I'll just check out and won't be involved." I'm like, "Okay, fine. So you're going to leave us you're going to leave our industry in
At
the
the
hands
mercy.
of the kid at the mercy of the kids in the candy store." Okay, fine. So for those that don't have that perspective, for me, who I've also been a governor and I'm been a member for more than 20 some odd years, I look at it from that lens of lack of partition creates the animal that we see also,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
so.
I agree.
And it is possible to participate with school organizations to get
Well, the
involved with
Grammy in the
Grammy
schools, I
U,
did a
yeah,
ton of Grammy
Grammy
in
in
the
the
schools,
schools.
and it's super powerful. I acknowledge that awards and awards ceremonies and shows are really important for industries like this.
Hmm.
And you know, it's just that for me, I have this sort of innate suspicion of turning artists into winners and losers, right?
Well, that's the tricky thing. Even at a school like Berkeley, are we educating people to understand craft, or are we educating them to be competitive and to go out here and win or lose? And it's a tightrope walk. Some days there is the hey, I want to, I'm the number 5 song on this chart, and some days they're like, oh my God, I don't know how to write myself out of a paper bag. In
That's
many
the
ways, I
life of
think
an artist, though. You know,
that's the life of,
that
and
just
that's
comes
the life of an artist,
that
right?
just comes with the territory. I mean, it's so much, you know, that whole process of bringing something out of you, first of all, into making it real in the world, right, is so weird. Like coming from the inside of your head to the outside in a DAW in a recording situation is absolutely wild itself because you sort of,
Right.
I don't, the whole process of it really does transform it already. And then when we put it into the world, um, I just feel like it's so brave and it changes so much and it's so there's so much kind of inner courage that has to happen to do that and then to do it again and then to do it again and then to do it again. That you know I applaud anybody who does it,
Right.
right? Anybody who does it. But I do think the kids at Berkeley, I mean most kids who get a music education Berkeley students are able to do craft. That's the point. Like they're not coming fully from intuition, right? A lot of people are successful from intuition, just 100% vibe, right? But you
Right.
kind of keep doing the same thing over and over again. The world moves on, you get left behind. You can't sort of adapt, right?
Right.
Um, and so I feel like one of the things about craft is it helps you continually adapt or adapt your career as you get married, you want to have a kid, you want a condo, whatever it is, you're
Exactly.
gonna want to like maybe you want to focus on making sync, instead of writing,
Yeah.
trying to release records for yourself. And so I do feel like we adapt also our lives. And if you have craft, you can do that.
That's great, Bonnie. I really appreciate that little extrapolation on the Grammys. That's me and Bonnie talking about the Grammys, chopping it up.
Right on.
All right, everyone. Take care.